Hi guys and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you've seen and want to see more. Coming up, should NRL have a mandatory rule on vaccines as only one club is 100% vaccinated? Wakefield move on fan and regular starter? And Catalans continue their search for players with 2 in the NRL and a 3rd for 2023 on the radar. So after a fantastic 2021 where the Catalan Dragons reached the grand final, they are looking to rebuild again to go one better hopefully for the next season in 2022. As it's reported that the Catalan Dragons are after a trio of signings from the NRL. One of those such signings is Mitchell Pearce, who they are looking to line up to replace James Maloney. But current club Newcastle Knights want to secure a replacement before releasing him from his final year of his contract. Pearce, who is 32, has played more than 300 games in the NRL, and the Dragons see him as the successor to Maloney, who moved to Lessingham at the end of the season, playing part-time. Newcastle, on the other hand, are trying to bring in West Tigers halfback Luke Brooks as Pearce's replacement. Last month, in a statement, the Knights said, Newcastle Knights can confirm an official request has been received from Mitchell Pearce regarding the immediate release from his final year of his contract. The Knights have agreed to consider the request, with both parties respectfully agreeing to make no further comments until the outcome is determined. Discussions between Pearce and the club remain productive, with both parties focusing on achieving the positive outcome while maintaining the great relationship that currently exists. No specific timeline has been determined on the outcome for the request. As well as Pearce, it's been sounded out that former Queensland State Origin prop Dylan Napa is looking for a new club after his release from Canterbury Bulldogs. Reports down under suggest that 3 Super League clubs, Catalan, Leeds and Hull, have offered him a deal. Both Leeds and Hull will need to move a player on to create space on their overseas quota, and Napa is good friends with Pearce from their time together as Sydney Roosters. There's also a third choice that may come into this, as there is also Suasia Takiyaho. The Sydney Roosters prop may possibly be the 3rd signing that Catalans use for this season. However, they may have to wait until 2023 to welcome Takiyaho, with the Roosters determined to keeping him for one more year. Rumours link him to a move to Super League were played down earlier in the year, but Catalans are looking to bolster their squad that has lost the likes of Sam Moore and Remy Castee in recent years, and also back rower Joel Tompkins, who is just this season going to be departing for Lee. It's not all incomings from Catalan either, as we've reported before, their young French front rower Paul Seguera has been attracting attention from the likes of clubs in the NRL and also other clubs in Super League, as the young Frenchman has impressed during the 2021 season, which saw, as I said, the Catalans get to the grand final. So Willie Poaching is still turning the wheels when it comes to his squad, as he decided to move on one of the players that has been with Wakefield Trinity for some years now, as he's decided that Ryan Hampshire will depart the club for the 2022 season. Hampshire joined the Trinity from Lee Centurions at the start of the 2018 season, featuring 85 times for the club, scoring 28 tries and kicking 129 conversions. The utility back enjoyed his best season for the club in 2019, scoring 14 tries throughout the campaign, which helped Trinity to get a crucial win in the final game against London, with 2 tries that kept Wakefield in the Super League, following a difficult year even. Last season, Hampshire made 13 appearances and scored 5 tries. In a statement, the Trinity CEO, Michael Carter, said, "I'd like to thank Ryan for all his contributions to the club over the past 4 seasons and wish him all the best in his future endeavours." Very wrestling of him. On that, it is a new start for everyone at the Mobile Rocket Stadium as Willie Poaching aims to rejuvenate his squad after a barren years in the top flight. It's also thought that the former club Lee would be interested in the signing of Hampshire following their current Super League spree, but that would be a return back to the club that he was with in 2017. So Hampshire, he's 26 years old, just play fullback, scrum half, standoff, wing, anywhere across the back line really, and started off his playing career with Wigan Warriors, making his debut in 2013. Rocky, as his nickname, played 33 games and scored 10 tries and 24 goals for the Wigan Warriors, and spent 1 game on loan at Workington Town before spending 2016 with the Castleford Tigers. The Centurions was where he made 16 games and scored 3 tries. He, as I said, 85 games for the Wakefield Trinity since 2018, and he is a fan of Wakefield Trinity growing up, and played for the Normanton Knights as a junior. So he is a West Yorkshire lad, being that he's born and bred Wakefield. So might be a little bit of a bitter blood for Rocky, but I reckon he would appreciate that they think they're doing the best for the club, and he would love to see them progress. Move to Lee might be a good option. It's moving back to where he spent his junior career, or maybe something down the pipeline, a Featherstone, or I don't know. He won't. But I reckon he'll be looking at his options professionally. Newcastle, Lee, yes, but not so much. Maybe even York. That'd be a move for him, but I think they're all done on their sides. I'm not sure about too much with Newcastle, as they keep building and building, and some Super League experience would help along quite a bit. Saying that, they've got plenty in their squad already. We'll just see how it all mixes up. It's been an issue in the NRL ever since the vaccine rollout for the COVID-19 jab came about in Australia, but now the issues look to be mounting. Only 1 club has had their full 30-man squad vaccinated, that being the Newcastle Knights, while other clubs such as Melbourne Storm and Canterbury Bulldogs are facing a revolt by Anti Vaxxers. Nelson Asofa Solomona at the Storm, Luke Thompson at the Bulldogs, and Api Karasau at the Penrith Panthers have been the most vocal against getting the jab, with all 3 clubs heading for trouble if the trio continue to oppose. That isn't to say that the rest of the NRL is also free from anti-vaxxers, with Parramatta Eels, Cronulla Sharks and Manly Seagulls also having 1 player each refusing the jab, whilst the Canberra Raiders and Gold Coast Titans and also the Brisbane Broncos have numerous stars in their squads that have not yet had their first inoculations. The Knights informed the NRL of the superb uptake, with the lateral shot as a literal shot in the arm for the club's success at providing good advice and information regarding the vaccinations. Unlike many of the states that they play in, the governing body has so far refused to take a mandatory across the board's policy, which has meant that the clubs have had to sort out their own rollout, causing numerous problems, and there is still a long way to go in this argument yet. As the deadline for the vaccine was Monday the 8th, first vaccine to be taken unless on medical grounds, then there'll be quite a few players playing in their training on their own from the December the 5th return for NRL clubs. Yes, they'll be given their training schedule, what they need to do to keep fit and things like that, but being part of a team and the new players that are coming in and getting used to each other's play, that'll be severely set back. And the ones that would steal the march at this point would be the Newcastle team. There is one player that it could be doubly trouble for, as Penrith's Happy Coruscant almost broke the league with breaching the NRL bubble when it came to Origin games in June. The Penrith Panthers hooker, 28-year-old, was found to have snuck a woman he met online into the hotel during the State of Origin camp in June. He was hit with a $50,000 fine and handed a 2-match ban from the NRL and the NSW Rugby League for breaching COVID player bubbles and putting the entire competition at risk. As at that time, the NRL was bouncing from state to state so that they can get the show of the Origin series and the rest of the league on so that they could earn money. So his stance is a bit of a weird one ever since he went into a bubble, he broke the bubble, broke the rules. So at this point, would this be the second sacking for Coruscant? For the Penrith Panthers, being Coruscant following May out the door? We'll have to wait and see in this point, but if players continue to refuse the jabs, that's what's ultimately going to happen, as they can terminate the contract because they're not willing to do the things that the NRL, the state and the country are setting out to. Play the game. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. Also, please remember to tag all your mates, grow the game, share the word in the gospel of rugby league, as we all need you to do that. If you want to place comments in the comment section, please do on today's video. What's your thoughts on the potential signings for the Catalan Dragons for 22 and 23 seasons? Will they be better than what they had and pushing one step further, challenging St. Helens? Or do you think the NRL does have a COVID Anti Vaxxers problem, as it's going against state, country, and also game to employ them policy? And do you think rugby league shouldn't have any sentiment, as a player that has moved to the club, his boy-old club that he's a fan of, has now been released in Rocky, Hampshire? It's a sad one, but I think times have to move on, in my point, to improve the club. There's a different coach with a different mindset all the time. But in the meantime, while you're commenting, share this video all the way. Thank you so much for watching. All the best to you. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.